Stopping y'all from getting married? Like, y'all already did one of those secret industry weddings?
No, there has not been a secret industry marriage.
Welcome back. Public Offender 100, please like, share, subscribe. Definitely share the content. I appreciate everybody. Big Sean is back. I mean, Big Sean is proving, and I hate to say this, man, because I don't like singling out black men, but Big Sean is proving that black men aren't really interested in being married. You know what I'm saying? We're the least married, and the reason why I say this is because he is a multimillionaire. He has a successful woman, you know, attractive, all of that, all the stuff you would, you know, whatever, dream woman type stuff. And he's still not interested in being married. This is like, if he don't want to get married, we doomed.
Stopping y'all from getting married? Like, y'all already did one of those secret industry weddings?
No, there has not been a secret industry marriage. I think that it's a little personal, you know what I mean? But just like, to be real with you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. I don't know if to me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. You know, people be like, oh, you got to get married.
Marriage does not symbolize the best relationship. That's the Big Sean. Oh, brother. Marriage does not symbolize the best relationship. That's not what marriage is about. It's not a symbol of anything. I mean, at least it isn't to me, right? And the way that you guys talk about marriage, it's almost as if you've never actually thought about it. Like, you've never really sat down and actually thought about what marriage really means or is. Because when you say stuff like that, my brain starts to itch. I don't understand, what does being in a perfect relationship have to do with you being married? Zero. I would say having kids is more of a symbol of, or it should be, not that it is. Having kids should be more of a symbol of being in a perfect relationship. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, if you plan to have kids, I would hope that, you know, you're like, hey, my relationship is shit. We're doing great. We're doing great, because bringing kids into this world there's nothing more important than that. Like, there's nothing that that matters. There's nothing that will be affected more than the health of your relationship than the child that you bring into this world, right? So I'm not understanding how you guys can constantly bring children into the world, but then be afraid to be married. It doesn't make any sense. The kids are a way bigger commitment, bro. Way bigger.
To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get that.
You already have a relationship. You've been in a relationship and you already have a kid. You already have a relationship. What are you talking about? These are the worst excuses I've ever heard.
The idea of like, oh, you have to get married. But then it's like, to me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too, because then people be getting divorced. The divorce rate's so fucking high. And
that's a fear-based way of thinking. Being afraid of getting married because of divorce is literally a fear-based way of thinking, because you don't have to get divorced. You can avoid it. You being the man, you really can control getting divorced. All you got to do is not act up and act right, and you're good. You guys will be married until forever.
I am someone who, I'm not like discounting anything, and I'm not saying that we aren't going to get married. But what I'm saying is that it's just, I would like to do a lot I would like to, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either.
Then don't. Stop right now. Stop while you're behind.
But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I feel like, in general, we have so many relationships. It's like being peers, being in a group together, parents, romantic, all that. You know, it's like it's a crazy connection, because no matter what, we're always going to be tied together. No matter.
Exactly. No matter what, you're going to be tied together. Why are you so afraid to be married? Why are you so afraid to be married, Big Sean? If you're already going to be tied together for life because of your kid, which is the bigger commitment, then why is marriage scaring you? Oh, I get it. Divorce? You're afraid of divorce as if you have no control over that? Jesus Christ.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that doesn't discount that, like, she and me both have to be on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say we aren't, but I feel like I can only speak for myself, that there needs to be like more work done so we could keep going. But
I would love to hear Jhene's perspective on this. I really would. I would love to hear her say, who needs to do this work? Who is Big Sean talking about? Is Jhene needs to do this work?
for myself, that there needs to be like more work done so we could keep going. Because there's a lot of focus on our family. There's a lot of focus on careers and everything. And that is something that I feel like has not been the main focus.
So y'all not necessarily together now, y'all just figuring it out.
Oh, now look at you, Charlotte.
I'm just asking a question.
No, I'm not saying that either. That's, what I'm saying is that it's not perfect and that it needs to be work done.
All right.
So basically, what I got from the last part specifically is Big Sean thinks that their relationship needs to be absolutely perfect for him to feel comfortable enough to marry a woman who he already has a child with. He didn't feel like the relationship needed to be perfect to bring the child into the world, but he feels like it needs to be perfect before he gets married, before he goes and gets that white man's paperwork. Is that about right? The reason why I specifically have to call out black men is because no other group is less interested in being married than black men, right? And a part of me is like, oh man, it's our socioeconomics, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sure that plays a role, but Big Sean is rich. So what's his excuse? Jhene Aiko, also rich. So what's his excuse? Now, I don't know if Jhene wants to be married. I don't know. This isn't. I don't know. We haven't heard from that woman. I would love to hear her thoughts on it. Actually, I would love to hear what she had to say what she has to say about it more than Big Sean at this point, because I feel like she would be more honest, truthful, and forthcoming. But with that being said, Teddy was disturbing me. I'm sorry about that, you guys. But anyways, yeah, pretty much. Black men we're not interested in being married. Like I said, I thought it was a socioeconomic thing. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with it. But Big Sean is a multimillionaire. Jhene Aiko is a multimillionaire. They already have a kid together. They've been together for a while now. And he's still so reluctant to get married. And I thought that maybe like I said, I don't know if Jhene wants to get married. But the funny thing is that there's a clip. I'm going to show you guys this clip. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to say the least, because maybe it was just some playful stuff going on stage, but it looks like she might actually be interested in being married. she was not feeling that. She was not feeling that. That it seemed like she's like they've had that discussion. You know, you could just tell, man. If you guys are in a relationship, you know them faces. You know, it looked like they was on their way to the show fighting in the limousine type stuff. Like it very much gave like we just was coming off an argument and they just had to get through the performance. But I don't know. I don't really think that's what it is, but it's just funny because if a picture could tell it that, you know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, that was a damn novel as far as I was concerned. So it looks like she might actually be, you know, she might actually want to be married. Big Sean, on the other hand, he's not interested. He thinks that their relationship must be perfect. Now, I think that that's a cop-out. I think that's him just lying. I don't know what his fear about being married is, in all honesty. It can't be. I don't think it's money with him and her, because is he that much more successful than her financially? Maybe. Not that much. I mean, she has a ton of money on her own. Child support will be child support if they get divorced. You know what I'm saying? While the child is small or whatever, he's still going to have to pay child support no matter what, more than likely. That doesn't matter. Like, I mean, like, what's the alimony? Like, what's the beef? So I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know why he doesn't want to get married, but I do know that it just seems like black men struggle with the institution of marriage. And here you know, he's an older black man now. He's in his 30s. He has a child, all of these things, and he's getting on the internet and basically saying that you have to be in a perfect relationship to be married, and we should fear divorce. And that's what older black men have been telling younger black men forever. You see what I'm saying? So that is feeding into the low marriage rates. And y'all know that I'm not a proponent of marriage or whatever the case may be. I'm neither for it or against it, right? But I definitely just don't like to hear men make excuses for not being married. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to be married, if you just say straight out, I don't believe in the institution of marriage. Okay. I'm not gonna perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. But when you like allude to the fact that you're interested in being married, and then you can torture your brain into the wildest shaped pretzel ever to rationalize you not being married and say that the relationship has to be perfect, that's when I gotta call bullshit. I have to. I'm like, what are you talking about? So that's my issue with him, and that's my issue with so many other black men, is that we make up every excuse in the world to not be married, but we don't have those same apprehensions about having kids. And I'm not married before you carry God. They already have a kid. I'm not like, why didn't he get married before? Like, it's okay in whatever order, but damn, bro, your reasons have to be better than that. They have to be more thought out than that. If you're gonna have a reason to not be married, it has to be more thought out. It has to be better thought out. And in that video, like, one can only assume the conversations they're having, but I'm sure to Jhene, he hasn't made a valid case, because she wouldn't have reacted like that. If they had the discussion before multiple times and he's still like, oh, you know, I don't know, whatever the case may be, like, it would have, like, your excuse isn't good enough. And here you are years later still making the same excuses. Like, she's not buying it. And then when she leaves him, he's gonna somehow, some way he's gonna blame her. I guarantee it. Somehow, some way he's gonna blame her. Oh, it just didn't work out. I don't know what it could have been. Marriage ain't that important. Like, whatever he's gonna try to rationalize. Sir, if she leaves you, it's your fault. I just want you to know, Big Sean, from me to you, if Jhene leaves you, it's going to be your fault, without a doubt. Without a doubt. This is crazy. And why you putting that woman business out here like that? What are you talking about? You've been in enough interviews, bro. You've been in enough interviews. You didn't need to say any of that shit. Charlamagne ain't that good of an interviewer. That nigga is not Ted Koppel. That dude is not Barbara Walters. He ain't Babs. He ain't Oprah.